because I'm going to show you the difference in a couple of these polishes, how they show up on lighter colors versus darker colors. Now, of course, your results are going to vary based on the base coat you're using. I do not recommend using shimmers or very thin, pale colors over opaques and metallics. They don't really show up. That's kind of become the general census on that one. So I'm going to start with this one. This is CO2 right here. And this one, something I want to show you is also you may be able to use one polish on 1 or 2 images versus the rest of them. If it has a lot of detail, you may not be able to use some of your polishes, but don't give up on any color that doesn't work on a plate. Try it on another plate. You never know with each image what will happen with that polish until you try it. Now I'm going to show you one of my very favorites first. This is from the DS series through OPI. If you have something around you that's very, very similar to this, I highly recommend this. This polish is very, very true. This silver is the most silver I've ever seen a polish be without actually being chrome. So what I'm going to do here is, just like you would with your Conad, you're going to take a little bit, brush a clean, smooth amount over that plate. At an angle, you're going to swipe it across, and with this brand, you have to put a little more pressure. And then with this, I'm going to take it, and in a rolling pressing motion, you have your image. Now what I'm going to show you here is that this polish always works. This silver never fails. I have found that other ones don't show up as well. And you want to make sure that, again, you clean that out really well. Now I'll show you this same stamp with Essie. Now this is Mesmerized by Essie. And again, just the same process. This will be the same with any stamping plate. You're going to find different plates require a little different pressure, a little bit different motion in the stamping. Now see, here's where we're going to use our little eraser. You see this? You don't want to get this all over your hands. You don't want to get that all over your nail. It's easier to clean it up that way. And then I'll use a bigger nail. Essie works. A lot of people have said online that Essie is not working for them. Maybe you're not putting quite enough on, and maybe you're not scraping it at the right angle, because if you do that, I found that some polishes, they seem like they don't work very well at all. So that is CO2 from Back Scratchers, not Back Scratchers, I apologize, correction, Scratchers.com. And again, in the silver, shows up really well, just like that, and in the Mesmerized by Essie. Now I will tell you that when you put top coat, this becomes far more vibrant, and it's very, very pretty. I'm going to try one of these because this plate interests me. I haven't seen this pattern on very many stamping plates. Honestly, I have no idea if it's going to work. I haven't used it yet. Let's try a polish that I haven't showed you yet. This is Nicole. This is a brand that's by OPI, and their signature bottle, you can always tell that it's them. And it's called Midnight Snowfall. And this is just a really strong purple. I don't know. Again, this is a looser polish. This stamp may not work at all with this polish. If it doesn't, we'll try it with a special polish, and we'll see if that works any better. Looks like it might work, but do you see it looks kind of runny? You can't really, it looks smudgy. So before we do that, let's default to a different purple, because I have a feeling that this print is too big for that loose polish. And that's what I was telling you about, how it doesn't always work on certain plates. Now this is Sally Hansen's Insta Dry. It's called Grape Going. It's kind of an iridescent purple. It sort of reflects a little bit of blue. You can kind of see it on the plate. I'm going to try this now, and let's see if this works better. And this image is huge, so it's not really necessary to get it to be perfect. Okay, so it looks like that one will work. So the other polish may work. The OPI, we'll have to try that on a smaller image. And here's what I was telling you about. Using this as a little eraser, go ahead and clean up your edges. And then it looks like this. Now this is one of those colors that looks like it may be more desirable once you get the top coat on it. Some of them don't show up very well with the initial stamping, and then when you put top coat on, it's totally there. So this plate is a pretty decent plate. I have to try all of these stamps before I could suggest that you purchase it. Now, I did get these fun little, just the funky faces from Conad. I mean, I own them all, so I really just had to get the couple that I didn't have. This is M10. It kind of has the 80s character type look to it. If you can see them, kind of funny looking, just for the sake of having something interesting and different. Now we're going to do this. This is Sinful Color. Now I'm going to tell you a lot of the Sinful colors work. This is a red by Sinful Color, and it's $3.69. It's called Ruby Ruby. The number on it is 369. And we're going to do this little guy waving at us. He looks like a cat. It's pretty cute. And again, we just put it here. Of course, this time it's in our guard. And you just scrape it off. And you want to wipe your blade, even if you're going to clean it immediately. You want to wipe your blade. And this is going to be our little guy waving at us. He's kind of cute. I don't know if you can see him. There's a little blur there. I'm going to put top coat on them, and I'll take a still shot of all of them after and include it in this video so that you can see a little closer whether or not that polish looks good to you. Also, here is one that I really have not had a whole lot of use for this because I found that these are better for polishing. Now this is a pearl. It's not going to show up as well. I want to show you the difference in another one that I'm going to show you. This is the Pure Ice. You can find this at Walgreens, Walmart, and possibly Rite Aid. These are a looser, runnier polish. This is called Pure Ice First Love. It's a really pretty, shimmery, pearly pink, but it's super loose. See, that just, it drips like water. It's not thick at all. If you want it to be opaque, you're going to need a lot of coats. Now, there are darker colors that are similar to this, to the Essie. They are really good, and they do have a lot of colors that are like that Essie color that you can try versus using Essie if you just can't afford to put that kind of money into your polish, or B, you just want to be able to get more polish versus a couple of kind of expensive ones. Essie is very expensive at Walgreens. I have no idea why. It's only $4 at the supply house. I feel like the markup is incredible. So I stamped this. You can't see it a lot on here. But I'm going to stamp this across our black nail. On the black nail, you can sort of see the pattern. It's not real strong. It's strong enough, though, if you want it to look a little bit like lace. I am going to, again, take a picture. It's going to be kind of a hash bash of patterns here, but it is kind of a good thing so that you can see what they all look like. Now, this is called finger paint. Finger paint is sold at Sally's. This again is also a looser polish. Finger paint, this red is called Expressionists Red. These are just a few dollars at Sally's. We'll do these little bubbly, they kind of almost look like cherries, but they're not cherries. This is again Conad, and this is this isn't Conad, this is BM21. Conad has one that's almost identical. And you just roll it across, and see, the finger paints, it shows up really well. So finger paints in their darker or richer colors, I would recommend. Definitely play with the lighter or the cream colors. I'll do a polish tutorial, kind of just showing you some of the different colors, as well as just how they look going on and with each other. And we'll do one more. We're not going to use this one. We're going to take one with some pattern to it, because I want to show you. Tell you what, we'll do it in this one. This is one of my favorites. This is Conad. This is the S series. It's S6. Kind of has those Asian looking patterns. And this is one of my all-time favorites for stamping. First of all, this is Art Club. I prefer their striping brushes and polish versus anyone. I found it's just a better polish, and they hold up a little longer, and their brushes are usually straight. I really hate striping brushes when you get them out and they're all bent and curled. They don't really work very well. This color, it doesn't really have a real name. It's called NA23 Bronze. Obviously not bronze, it's 24 karat gold, but it is my very favorite. And I just want to show you that you can use your striping polish as well on these plates. And it works on all of the plates. You just have to see which ones work for what you have, and on which plate. And it picks it right up. You see that? It picks it right up. And I'm going to do it on the black first so you can see it. It shows up perfect every time. And I'm going to do it on the white because I just want you to be able to just see. I'll do that same pattern. And it doesn't take much. And with the stamping I found, see, it shows up there. With the stamping, I have found that you have to just be confident in your motion. A lot of people are saying that they have trouble with dragging, smearing, and with it just generally not picking up. You have to just be confident in your motions, and just, like I said, use these as little erasers, and you can correct yourself without taking off all your polish. I also recommend that you use special polish, at least one bottle, until you get used to the stamping plates, if you are just consistently having a problem. This is a new color I just got from Conad. This is their special polish, and this is their special princess polish. I will tell you, this bottle is so much easier to get the rest of it out. I find that you end up having to throw away about this much down of this polish because it ends up just really turning into a chewy mess when you get about halfway through it. And you do have to do a lot of this to get it out because their brush is short. I don't really understand why it's so short, but maybe that's just a marketing ploy because they know the stuff is good and will pay for it. So I wanted to use a color you could really see. And again, this has a little bit of a plasticky texture to it once you scrape. Now, this is one of those patterns. It's going to kind of go over our little guy there. That I have found absolutely hates stamps. This one. This purple is beautiful. It looks good